Arsharae, and I'm back with another video. This is Love and Hip Hop New York Season 10 Episode 4. So basically this episode starts out with they're back at the scene of Jonathan's perfume lunch, and Yandy and Chrissy are still going at it. Yandy, she's trying to diffuse the situation, but Kimbella, she's trying to keep it going, and I'm like, girl, why? Like, why do you want to keep this going? Like, let them figure it out, let them talk it out. Stop trying to make it something that it's not. I mean, I understand, like, you you probably don't want to get dragged by Chrissy again, but at the same time, if Chrissy and Yandy have an issue, you need to let Chrissy and Yandy work it out, and you need to stay out of it. But she's still going, and like Chrissy says that she doesn't care about the situation, but she's still like, I'm sorry, Chrissy says she doesn't care about the situation, but she's still going on. She's still talking about it. So if you were really unbothered by the situation, you wouldn't be still going on and on about it. You would let it go. And you in the trailer before the season began, you said you were not as angry. You were a different person, but it seems like you're still angry. And to me, it seems like you're kind of being a bully here. Like, I'm not saying Yandy is perfect. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that Yandy doesn't do anything wrong. But in this situation, you, like Yandy said, you're letting up for outside person that, you once had beef with that person too. Now she's starting problems with other people. It's just too much. And y'all, let me go back to how y'all let me, like, oh, not y'all, but how did I miss where last episode Jonathan was like, Kimbella doesn't have any understanding with her one digit IQ, and I was like, really, Jonathan? Really? That's how we doing? Like, I'm not for him making fun of a woman or whatever, but I just thought that was funny. Like, Jonathan is known for his punchlines. So, and I was like, when I went back in, I had already made the video, but I went back and watched it again, and I was like, how did I miss that? Anyways, Joe meets Tahiry, and they're basically shopping for the wedding, and they start talking about his fashion sense, and then that leads to them talking about his past and him being a drug addict, how he used to be a drug addict, and he's no longer, he's overcome that. And he talks about how it affects his life. And so they're talking, and he basically was saying, like, he kept saying, hinting at Tahiry, don't do this, don't do that, people think you're gonna be flirting with me, blah 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 blah. And Tahiry is like, why do you care what people say? And I was like, yeah, why do you care? Like, but in the confessional, it seems like he still has some feelings for Sin. Like, I understand they have a child together, they were engaged. It seems like he still wants to be with Sin. But my thing is, if you want to be with somebody, why cheat on them? Like, that makes no sense. Like, if you truly love someone, you wouldn't have anybody else on the brain. If you were in love with someone, you wouldn't want to be with nobody else. Like, so but she, like I was saying, she was saying, why do you care what other people think? And I agree. Like, people put too much emphasis on what other people think about them, and it shouldn't matter what other people think about you. You should have your own concept of yourself. You should know how you feel about yourself, and it shouldn't matter how other people feel about you. So yeah, but despite all of that, they were hanging out, and she was saying that she likes the new Joe. I don't know if they're trying to tease us with maybe Tahiry and Joe reunion, but I don't know if I'm here for that. I love Tahiry, I love Joe, but, well, I like Joe. I love Tahiry. So, but I think that she left him for a reason, and yes, people do change, but they don't change. People don't change. Like, they change, but just because they change doesn't mean that you should be back with that person, because sometimes you're with a person for a reason or a season or a lesson, and maybe their time has already gone. So Jonathan, Yandy, Sin, and Juju are hanging out, and then Rich and Janeski they come in, and then they're talking of how they all know Janeski, blah 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 blah, whatever. And then Rich mentions how Janeski wants to work with Erica. I mean, not Erica, Safari. Excuse me. And they were like, oh, you're going to have to ask Erica if you want to work with Safari. And she was like, I don't have to ask nobody. And I was like, okay, you a little feisty, Janeski. I like Janeski. I like her. I think, you know, I want to see her win. But anyways, so then that goes into the conversation about Erica being controlling, and then Yandy says about her. Yandy starts talking about her interactions with Erica. So then Juju asks Yandy, she was like, well, knowing all of that, do you still want to be friends with Safaree? And then Yandy was like, yes, but she doesn't understand why he changes up when it comes to Erica. But oftentimes, well, not oftentimes, but sometimes people change up when they get in relationships. That's just, it is what it is. Like, it's sad, but people do. And what she has to realize at the end of the day, like, he's going to be loyal to his woman. Like, even if they were friends, he's going to be loyal to his woman. But then later on, it kind of seems like Safaree is trying to play both sides. Like, it's so weird. So Phresher and his girl, they're sitting down having dinner with their family, and they're talking about how they have plans to move or whatever. He tells her about his plans to work with Janeski, and you know, then he starts talking about the history between Jen and Janeski. Apparently, the first time Jen and Janeski met, Jen is the baby mama, Janeski is the artist. Apparently, the first time they met, Janeski kind of wanted to pull Phresher to the side and speak to him alone. And my thing is, if Jen is not a part of the business, if Jen has, well, they said that they're working together, but if Jen has a problem with female artists, I don't see how it was an issue that she wanted to speak to Phresher alone. It's not that serious. So since then, Jen has had a problem with Janeski, and I'm trying to figure out how Phresher thinks that he's going to work with Janeski if Janeski and Jen have an issue. It's not going to work out, and it's not good. It's not good for business. So I just don't see that happening. He tells Jen that Janeski is having a showcase, and he asks her if he wants her there, and she says no. I'm sorry, he says no, that he doesn't want her there. That it'll be problems if she shows up, and I'm just like, I think she only wants to show up because she knows Janeski is gonna be there, and I'm like, if you can't trust your man or you can't trust your partner, you shouldn't be with them. Point blank, period. Like, if you can't trust them, why are you with them? And you need to reevaluate your relationship. Like, at the end of the day, this man is trying to build a business. He's trying to start a record label, and he's gonna have female artists, male artists. Hell, he might even have transgender artists. Like, you cannot stop his business because you're jealous. It doesn't work like that, and that messes up his money in the end. Erica and Safaree are wedding planning. She is working on the guest list, and they start bickering about the guest list, and then Erica starts crying, and it turns into this whole thing. I understand she's pregnant. I understand she's emotional about the whole thing. I understand that, but they start going back and forth at each other, and then she says to him, you know, there's some people that need to come off the list, and she, like Yandy, and apparently she's hinting to him like maybe she shouldn't be there, but she was asking him, is he going to invite her? And then he said he seemed like he was on the fence about it, but then he said no. So I'm confused because it seems like he wants Yandy there, but he doesn't want to offend Eric in a way, and I understand that. But if you feel a certain type of way about something, you need to let it be known. Like, if you need to explain something to your partner, like if you want your friend to be there, you need to explain it to your fiance that's about to be your wife. Don't hide things, because that's when things start to get messy in a relationship, when people start hiding things and start keeping secrets. That's when things start getting messed up and crazy. Safaree tells Erica that Yandy invited him to a showcase, and Erica's like, well, if you're invited, I'm invited, and we're both gonna show up. So then I don't know where this came from. I don't know why Erica got this in her head, but she was like, she asked Safaree, does he like Yandy? And he's like, what? And she was like, the way he moves around, her when Yandy is around, it's like, it's a little bit shady. And he was like, no, I don't like Erica, da 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 da. And so again, like, basically I said it first, but I meant to say it now, that he was like, he's not gonna invite Yandy to the wedding, but it was just to appease Erica. And I'm like, Safaree, like, Yandy was there for you. Yandy is your friend, and you just gonna just kick her to the curb like that. I don't know. I don't understand, but oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Chrissy meets with Greg, which aka is Big Business, and she asked him if he ever worked with Yandy. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why Chrissy, sorry, my hair is getting stuck to my lips. For the life of me, I cannot understand why Chrissy has a hard on for Yandy. Like, I don't understand. Like, if he did business with Yandy, who cares? Why do you care? Why are you making a big deal about it? And no, in no way, fashion, or form am I defending Yandy, but at this point, it's becoming ridiculous because, like, y'all run in the same circles. So if he's doing business with Yandy, so what? Like, you trying to stop this girl's bags for what? For something that happened 10 years ago, a whole decade ago, and you're still mad about it? But you claim to be this changed person, but you're not acting like this changed person that you say that you are. So he basically is saying that they were supposed to do some business together, and it didn't quite work. It didn't work out, or they did business together, but they didn't do a lot of business together. I don't know. But at the end of it, it seems like him and Yandy had the same understanding. But for him, he's trying to appease Chrissy, so he's trying to make it seem like he never worked with Yandy. But Yandy says she only purchased a small property through him. And it's just this whole big mess, and I'm just trying to understand why Chrissy cares so much. I don't understand why Chrissy cares. Like, it makes no sense to me. That just bothers me. I don't know why. But anyway, you know, she said that she approached him about some property and blah 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 blah, and it never got off the ground. So, but Chrissy is like so pressed about it. I don't get it. Whatever. Yandy and her friend Jamila they meet the mayor of New York, and Yandy was telling the mayor of New York how she is doing so many things with the youth, and I have seen that for myself because I follow Yandy on Instagram. So she does do a lot of things for her community, and she does try to help people. And she was saying, like, she was telling him how she's trying to make the youth, give them skills to make them marketable so they can make money for themselves, and how she wants to build low-income housing and basically build a community where these people can basically pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get their lives together. And I was like, that's a good thing. Like, I like where her mind is going with that. And so they basically had to meet with the mayor to get his okay, and he was like, yes, he okays it. So basically, like, she has a new project that she's gonna be doing. So her and Jamila walk outside, and she goes on to tell Yandy about Jonathan's release party for his perfume. And then Jamila tells Yandy that Big Business took, like, this is so childish to me. Okay, so apparently Yandy, Big Business, and Jamila took a picture together, probably around the time where Yandy said they did this business together, right? So Jamila posted the picture. I think I'm saying it right, Jamila or Jamila. She posted the picture. Big Business reposted the picture from Yandy's page. I mean, not Yandy's page, Jamila's page. Chrissy saw the picture, and apparently she was mad. Excuse me, y'all. She was mad about the picture, so she made him take it down. And I'm like, first of all, you ain't my woman. You might be my business partner, but how can you make me take down a picture? Like, are we doing that much business together that you have the authority to tell me to take down a picture of someone that I'm also making money with? Like, this is beyond me. I didn't know, like, we was mad that our business partners, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I didn't know that we were mad that our business partners are taking pictures with people. Like, I don't understand that. I don't get it. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, so apparently Chrissy is just, it's just, I has it out for Yandy. But Yandy was being messy boots. Like, when Yandy is wrong, I'm gonna say Yandy is wrong. Yandy was being messy boots when she when she was like Chrissy is messing with her business, but she only has little business while she's trying to mess up her business with big business. I was like, Yandy, you being petty, you being messy boots now. But I think that the things that Chrissy is doing behind Yandy's back is also petty. So now at this point, they're both being petty. Like, now Chrissy taking petty to a whole nother level because she's messing with this girl's checks, but Yandy is just like being petty with her words. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. So Safaree, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get comfortable. Safaree goes to visit Tahiry. Safaree, he's the jokester. He's so petty. He tells Tahiry, Joe's coming to my wedding, so you're not gonna get butterflies or anything when he comes to my wedding. And Tahiry looks at her and she's like, was that supposed to make me blush? And I'm like, obviously she not feeling Joe the way everybody thinks she's feeling Joe. So they're talking about the whole situation, how Erica feels about him inviting Yandy to the wedding, and Tahiry basically tells him that he needs to talk to Yandy. I mean, not Yandy. I'm sorry. He needs to talk to Erica about it. He needs to, however he feels about it, he needs to tell Erica how he feels, and they need to talk about it. Like, I don't understand why he act like he's so scared of Erica. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, we have seen Erica spaz out a few times, but it seems like when it comes to this Erica Yandy situation, it just seems like he's just so afraid of how Erica is going to react. And it seems like he wants Yandy at the wedding, but he doesn't know how to tell Erica that he wants Yandy at the wedding. Chrissy and Yandy have a sit down. Chrissy insists that Yandy is a liar. She keeps saying that, she keeps calling Yandy a liar, and Yandy is like, what did I lie about? And I'm like, yeah, Chrissy, what did she lie about? Please, tell us, please enlighten us to what Yandy's lying about. Now, I'm not saying Yandy didn't lie. I'm not saying that at all. But at the end of the day, it just seems like Chrissy is just still mad at Yandy for things that happened years ago. Like, I just don't understand why she's so angry with Yandy. And Yandy expressed that she feels like Chrissy is still trying to stop her checks. Yandy tries to start talking and Chrissy just cuts her off. Chrissy asks her about doing business with big business. Now, this is where this gets really messy, okay? Apparently, Chrissy went and pulled all the paperwork of people that this man, Big Business, has done business with. And apparently, Yandy's name wasn't on the paperwork. So because Yandy's name wasn't on the paperwork, Chrissy called her a liar and said that she did no business with Big Business. Now, I am not a big business person, but oftentimes you can be a silent partner. Okay? You can you can have a company, but your name, like you're just like you're behind the scenes. So I don't know what the case is. I don't know if Yandy has business with this man or not. I don't know if Yandy's lying. I don't know if Chrissy's lying. But I'm like, why does Chrissy care at this point? I with Yandy trying to do so many things, I find it hard for her to lie about something so simple. Like either you worked with the man or you didn't work with the man. But I'm trying to figure out why Chrissy would go through the motions of searching to see whether Yandy's name was on the paperwork. And so Yandy was like, she asked her about the picture and why she doesn't want her to do business with big business. Why Chrissy doesn't want Yandy to do business with big business. And apparently Chrissy's still mad about things. When it's all said and done, when it all boils down, Chrissy is still mad about things that happened a decade ago. And we're about to be in a whole new decade. She's upset about the things that happened. And I'm like, girl, we are how old? We need to let the past be the past, let bygones be bygones, and move on with our lives. Like, it's not that serious. It's not. Like, if a person crossed you, okay, they crossed you, you don't like it, you just don't have to deal with them. But why do you make it your business to mess with that person's life or mess with that person's money? Like, I think that's just too much. And like Chrissy just was basically, you know, she has a lot of animosity towards Yandy, and Yandy was trying to explain to her that she's taking money out of her kids' mouths, and Chrissy just doesn't care. But I think Yandy did take a low blow when she was in the confessional, and she was saying that Chrissy is hurting her kids, but she wouldn't. She didn't. These are not her exact words, but it's along that line that. But she wouldn't understand since she doesn't have kids, and I think Yandy should not have said that. I don't think she said it maliciously, but at the same time, I don't know if Chrissy wants kids, but being a person that wants kids and a person that has gone through so much to try to have kids and can't really, and it's hard, I think like you should never attack a woman's motherhood or lack thereof, because you don't know how that woman will react to that. Like, I just think that was a low blow that Yandy took. So, but you know, Chrissy is starting to be really petty, and Yandy gets fed up, and she walks away. Janeski and is at her showcase. Rich shows up with a lot of big hitters, as they're saying. I really hope he comes through for her, because like I said, I want Janeski to win. Phresher shows up, and she's saying like she hasn't heard from him and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, how are you gonna do business with somebody but you not, you know, showing up for them? And then Rich with his messy self pops up behind her, and he was like, you know, you gotta go up on the stage, so stop wasting your time with him. And I must admit, she did her thing. I liked her performance. It was cute or whatever. So, and then Tahiry, Juju, and Jonathan are talking, and Tahiry tells them that Erica is trying to hook her and Joe back up together, and oh my god, that did not go over well. Jonathan was not happy with that. He's saying that Erica has a hidden agenda. Erica is using Tahiry as a pawn. It was just a mess, and I was like, and I kind of see where he's going with this. He's saying how it is so confusing. Okay, he's saying how Joe and Sin are together. Joe and Tahiry are exes. Sin and Erica are exes. So she's saying, he's saying, how can Erica, who is Sin's ex, hook Tahiry up with Joe, who is Tahiry and Joe are exes? It's just messy. It's messy all around. It's messy. But Tahiry doesn't think it's that serious, but Jonathan feels like Erica's being messy and it's going to be this whole big thing. But we'll see. we'll see. I mean, I don't think anything ever came of it because I was on Tahiry's Instagram the other day and she was still saying she was single. So I don't think nothing ever came of it. Phresher and Janeski are talking, and he asked her what decision she was going to make. She tells him that she wants to be taken seriously. All he's worried about is her body, and Rich has never said anything about her body. He's just worried about her talent. So Phresher is trying to sweet talk her, and then in walks Jen, Phresher's baby's mother. And she's not happy that Phresher is holding Janeski's hands. It was innocent for Janeski. I don't know if it was innocent for Phresher. So then she starts popping off. They start getting into it. Jonathan's like, oh my gosh, that's Jen, the groupie slayer. This is about to get messy. Jonathan is like, if you want to laugh, go to Jonathan. Jonathan is like the one that's like, oh my God, makes you laugh. Or whatever, or always has those punchlines, Jonathan. So Janeski is just like in the background, tormenting her or whatever, but she's not trying to fight her. And then Rich is getting mad at Janeski and saying that she's acting inappropriately. But I'm like, Rich, it's not her fault. It's not her fault that this grown behind woman came here and tried to, jump down her throat because her man was holding her hand. And then I don't think Janeski doesn't even, to me, doesn't see Phresher that way. But, if this woman is jealous, I mean, she's going to turn anything, into an issue. And I just act like a grown woman shouldn't act that way. So Phresher eventually calms her down and takes her home. Safaree and Erica go to talk to Yandy. Yandy asks Safaree why he acts different when Erica is around. And Erica said the same thing earlier, that when it comes to Safaree, Erica, and Yandy being together, Safaree acts different. So that makes her feel like there's something going on between them. But I don't think there's nothing going on between them. So Erica and Yandy are having a conversation. They're getting along. They're talking out their differences. Then it goes left when Yandy lets it slip that Safaree has already invited her to the wedding, and Erica didn't like that because he was pretending like he didn't invite her to the wedding. So he and Erica start to get into it. Erica is pissed at him, and Yandy was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I thought you knew, and Yandy like kept apologizing, and she was like, I'm about to excuse myself. I don't blame her. Like, nobody wants to be in the wrath of Erica at all. But that's pretty much what happened on this episode, because they ended it there, and I can kind of see why everybody feels like Erica is controlling, because he was like, well, what do you want to do? And she was like, oh, we're about to go home. So that let me know right there, like, and he walked on out the club and they went home. So I just think it's something going on there, some kind of control. But that was it for this episode of Love and Hip Hop New York. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. And always remember, if no one else tells you that they love you, Arsharae loves you. Love you. Bye.